Is Stephen A. right about Dak Prescott? Let's get into it. The other day, I stumbled across a first take segment between Stephen A. and Swagoo, as they call him, and I found it very interesting. As you know, I used to create a lot of Cowboys content on here, and I stopped for a plethora of reasons. One, because it was getting to the point where I would call out certain things that needed to be corrected, and we would continuously not do the things. Not saying that they should listen to me, but it's just like I kept proving myself right. And it was becoming frustrating because of how we've been performing. We'll play a great season, and then come playoff time, we just shrink, or even before then. Regardless of that, I decided to stop shooting as much content so I could be the fan that I know I could be for the Dallas Cowboys, because I like to paint myself as a non-homer type of fan, a fan that kind of looks at the Cowboys as a realistic way, not, we're going to win the Super Bowl every season. And a lot of the things I've always said from back then has always been that it comes down to Dak Prescott. I mean, it's one of those easy things to say. It's very cliche or a generic approach when you talk about how the quarterback performs and all that stuff, right? So I had to stop because I felt like maybe I was being too negative on my own team, and I just didn't like the perception I was getting. Fast forward to a couple of years later, now we got Stephen A. Obviously, he's a Cowboys troll, a Cowboys hater. It does well for him. But seeing how he described this upcoming season for Dak Prescott, I couldn't do anything but agree with everything that he said. Before we talk about what he said, let me go ahead and show you some quick clips of what he said.
Is this a make or break year for Dak?
I think it is. First of all, when I say Swagoo, it's a make or break year for Dak Prescott. Here's what I mean. I'm not talking about him losing his job. I'm not talking about him getting traded. We understand that. I'm talking about make or break year in terms of the level of faith the masses may have in him. It's dwindling and diminishing and dissipating before our very eyes. And if he doesn't get it done this year, I'm telling you, he's in the world of trouble. I don't think people realize it. You know that he set an NFL record last year, Marcus? Did you know that? Dak Prescott set an NFL record, okay? He only played 12 games last year, okay? So you got to understand, he became the first quarterback to lead the NFL in interceptions, despite missing 5 or more games. No one has ever done that. That's Dak Prescott. Let me tell you something else about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott led the league with 14 game-winning drives over his first 3 seasons, 2016, 2017, 2018. 14 game-winning drives in 3 years. Since then, he's got 5 in 4 seasons. The man has dwindled. The man has lessened. Oh, because they know it comes down to that one brother, Dak Prescott. And just like I'm looking at him, just like the audience is looking at him, his own teammates are looking at him. Because they know they got what it takes. Let's call it what it is. The Dallas Cowboys, the roster is elite enough to get it done if their quarterback shows up. Even they know it. And I'm looking at you, Swagoo, and I've known you too long. I know you know it too. You sitting there going like this. Damn it, this damn Stephen A. is right. Floor is yours.
Now, going into the season, I'm not going to act and say that I've been following the team as far as who's on the squad, what type of players we got. I've been able to, kind of keep my ear to it in a way. I have friends that are connected to the team as well, so they have a really good knowledge of this team. A lot more better than I used to, because I don't follow it as closely as I would like, because I just want to enjoy the games. But knowing that we have gotten a cornerback in Gilmore, knowing we got Diggs, knowing we got the defense that we had last year and we improved it, and now we're moving forward with what we got. I mean, your defense is pretty stacked, barring injuries. Offense, you don't have Zeke anymore to hold you back when it comes to running the ball. And yeah, we have the coach, Mike McCarthy, calling the plays now, which has left to be seen if it's going to be successful or not. To me, what really all comes down to what Stephen A. was saying, to Swagoo even agreed with him, is that it really does come down to moments. And I'm not trying to be one of those guys that just says these generic things. I'm not your X's and O's guy. I'm not your analysis guy. But I'm just a fan with an opinion, and I felt like I just wanted to come out here and give it. The interest into the season, for me, the regular season, I think we're going to do pretty well. It's just going to come down to playoffs. And it is one of the main things when it comes to Dak Prescott. Is it a make or break as far as the perception of him around the league? I don't think it's like make or break like that. But I think for the Dallas Cowboys, it's make or break in the sense that you have to get something done, man. It is time. And it's not to put all the pressure on him, but this is what comes with being a Dallas Cowboys quarterback. Let's not sugarcoat it. Let's not act like, oh, what I'm saying is out of line, and oh, you're reading too much into the tea leaves and you're reading too much into the media narrative. No, like, this is how I feel. This is how I feel about the team, man. Like, it really comes down to your quarterback. And again, yeah, there may not be that many quarterbacks that could play like a Mahomes, like a Tom Brady. Again, we're picking out players that are one of the top 10, some of the top 10 greatest quarterbacks of all time, or will be. You still got Aaron Rodgers. I'm pretty sure the Jets have tons of enthusiasm over there in New York. Regardless of all that being said, at the end of the day, I really do just believe that this team is going to be good enough to win you a championship. And ultimately, it just comes down to Dak. Now, yes, Dak has great stats. He had a rough year last year, threw quite a bit of interceptions in 12 games. A lot of them were unlucky because of the bounces off the wide receivers' hands. For better or worse, whatever the case may be, right? But the one thing that will stand true, if you're a Cowboys fan like me, or even a diehard sicko like others that I know, you know that this is to be true. So it's not like Stephen A says something crazy. It's not like I'm agreeing to something crazy. It's just, I think it's really just pointing out the complete and utter obvious point that this season should be the season. If we're being completely honest, you got Cooks now as well. You've been able to shore up so many positions on this team. Yeah, if you have a little injury on the offensive line, I still believe we have backups that could fill in. Yeah, if you have an injury to Tony Pollard, it really does change things there as well. So maybe find another running back at a cheap price. I don't know. All I know is everything else for this team screams to me that they are due to make a serious run. And it's felt like that the previous year. And it's felt like that the previous year before that. Last year, the wide receiver issue was a deal, right? All I know is I'm not trying to come off as a Dak hater. I'm just trying to point it out that at the end of the day, it comes down to Dak Prescott. And whether we're going to be successful or not to win a championship, it's going to come down to him in those crucial moments. And to say was Stephen A right on a point that wasn't too crazy? Yeah, he was right. But it's up to us as Cowboys fans to recognize that this is going to be a thing this upcoming season. All the pressure will be on him this upcoming season. Because you felt it in that San Francisco game. Y'all remember that game? The playoffs, right? Came down to one final possession. Dak Prescott, like, come on, bro, take us to the promised land. And we went 3 and out or 4 and out. Didn't go anywhere with it. Threw a pick. Those big time moments or when we need him to step up. And those are the big time moments that we need the most this upcoming season. I think you're going to be able to get wins with just Dak Prescott playing a good game this upcoming season, because that's how good your defense is. When it comes to playoff time, that's when things are going to change. And honestly, my interest for the regular season, it's high. It's mid. I'm more concerned about playoffs. Like at this point, I want to see productivity in the playoffs. I don't want to see it in the regular season because I've seen it. I need you to maintain that. We need to see wins in the playoffs and take us to an actual Super Bowl or an NFC Conference Championship game. Whatever the case may be, man, that's what I'm looking forward to. As a Cowboys fan, I would love to see Dak Prescott finally stamp his name into like the history books as the first Cowboy to win a damn Super Bowl in so many years, man. In the drought for us. And I just wanted to put this out there as Cowboys fans. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some that agree with me, some that disagree. But it's what I'm looking forward to, man. I'm looking forward to playoffs. I want to see what we get done in the playoffs. No more excuses. We're running out of time. Dak Prescott's had a lot of injuries over the last couple seasons. Is he going to be able to hold up for 5 more years? I'm not sure. But we need to make sure that he could give us a title this upcoming season. Protect him with the offensive line. All that stuff, man. All that stuff comes into play. But he has the team that he needs to go and get that Super Bowl. Anyway, man, it's been your boy TGK. Just wanted to share that. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.